Hey guys, welcome back to Pokemon Red Glitch Journey. If you remember from last time, we caught our Articuno down here in the basement of the Seafoam Islands. We would normally be trapped since we don't have any of the HMs, but I do have this handy surfboard item here to allow us to surf. And since we don't have strength, it's a bit tricky to get out of here. Thankfully I have another item that will help us. If you remember from last time, it was ETE, a Rival's Effect item. Fair warning, the wild encounters are terrible. They've been like non-stop. Yep, see, they're just, I don't know. Funny, like in off-screen recording at one point, I just never got one. It was like really good luck, but I guess I got used to that, so now it feels like it's terrible. Anyway, the point is that we can get out of here using this Rival's Effect item. It's right here for me, ETE. Allow us to walk through the wall, or the cliff, or whatever. Another one. Should have a counter going for this episode, that's right. Let me go out the back door. Not without getting another encounter. Oh my goodness. Finally. It's interesting. We probably could have just avoided going in there entirely with this strategy I'm going to use here. And it's a good thing that we're on this route, now I think about it. Because I need to get Oak's Parcel. And since this route is really long, and it has multiple tiles, up to 70 at least, and probably even more of course. But 70 is important because that's the index number for Oak's Parcel. I use ETE here to get through the wall, which is what I was talking about. I could use that to bypass Seafoam Islands completely. Open the Pokemon screen to bypass that, or to refix it. And then, oh, wrong way. This expanded item bag has been very helpful in this playthrough so far. So you'll see here, this is item 35 in the expanded item bag. It changes based on your X position, which is why this route's important, because the more I move to the right, the next number will go up. And so here's Oak's Parcel on 70, and it should continue on to the right, but I don't really care much about that. What's nice though is you saw that it was times 1. That's based on going up and down. It alternates when you go up and down. And so right now it's on 1, which is good, because the item I'm going to switch it with, in my case, is an Ultra Ball, which I recommend if you're going to do this. We'll essentially even that out, so there will be no issue once we switch it. Other than the fact that we'll teleport way far to the left, because Ultra Ball is like index, what, 2, maybe 3. I'll put it on the screen if that's not correct. Not without another wild encounter. Get bit. Oh, come on. Bite him. Haha. And if I keep moving over to the left, you'll see that Cinnabar Island suddenly appears. And since I had it evened out with the alternating one, the quantity if you will, the map isn't all messed up like it was in the last part when I got the surfboard item, which is exactly how I got this item, mind you. And so now we have Oak's Parcel, we're going to head up to Pallet Town. I might just show this, just to make it simple, I guess. Although if the encounter rates get too crazy, I might just speed it up, so I guess we'll see, because they've been just non-stop, honestly. Okay, honestly that wasn't too bad. And now I'm actually going to save a state since we're here, just to make things a bit easier. So I'll see you guys back in a second. Alright, we're back. And I'm just going to say now, I am not using any cheats whatsoever. I know it's kind of weird to bring up, since I've never used cheats anyway, but it's important because the next few glitches I'm going to show are pretty dang hard to do without cheating, but they are possible. I would show no cheating device, if you will, but it doesn't seem very necessary to me. You guys should know by this point I am not using any sorts of cheats. And if I am, I will show you which ones, or at least tell you which ones. Because this was a glitch that I was originally like, oh, you can't really do without cheating, but I forgot you can do the scram glitch to actually assist in getting it done. This is actually unrelated to that right now. I'm just doing this because I need to. Hopefully we'll get through this pretty quick. I don't remember it being this long. So we get to choose our starter, even though we already have some Pokemon. And on that note, I'm pretty sure Oak said it's dangerous to go out without Pokemon, even though we already had some, when he stopped us from going on the Route 1, which I thought was pretty hilarious. So we got our Charmander, but what's weird though is it didn't go into the box. Like it didn't say, oh, added to the box, even though we have 6 Pokemon. Which you might have briefly seen there. Yeah, so I don't know where that Charmander got up to. Anyway, so we're gonna fight our rival because he won't let us leave. Oh, there's something interesting you could have tried there. With Rival's Effect. We might do that after this. because now it's just gonna be a big problem if I try to do it now. Anyway, so we're gonna beat up, you know, Blue with our Kangaskhan. He probably won't even hit because, you know, it won't obey. Turned away. Stop it. Loafing around. Okay, enough of you. Nidorino is being pretty helpful off screen. Okay, well, now you won't get a crit. This is terrible. My luck is absolutely terrible right now. Okay, there we go. Finally. Alright, enough of that. Alright, you can get out of here. So the whole goal of that was so we can give Oak the parcel now. Even though we never left, which is kind of interesting. Normally we'd leave and then come back. You have something for me. And then now Blue comes back, which I think is hilarious for that matter. He just left. Because normally, you know, you wouldn't be here in between those two events. Okay, get our Pokédex, which I am not going to keep. That's why I saved to save before this, because I am not going to keep this Pokédex. But there is something interesting we can do now that we have it. So if you remembered, I probably should have showed you ahead of time. But I originally had 152 Pokemon seen. I guess technically registered too? I don't know, whenever I saved or looked at my, I can't remember where it was. I think it was when saving, it would tell you how many Pokemon you had. But now it says 144, which is weird. And you can see I've seen 152, but I own 144, which some of them were like the starters, which is interesting. But anyway, so we're going to speed up here, down to this area. And you can see I have a Farfetch'd registered at 152, which is really interesting. Because why is he in there twice? Because, you know, it's at 83 right there, so he should be back at 83. And this Pokemon, the mystery Pokemon in 152, actually changes based on, at the very least, the version of the game, and I'm also pretty sure it is based on the language of the game too. I think, no, for this, I think in Blue, it would actually be something different. It would be a Farfetch'd. I'm not sure, though. Like, I know for the next glitch, I'm pretty sure Red and Blue have the same effect, but for this, it could be something different. I'm not entirely sure. I know in Pokemon Yellow, there's something completely different here. Anyways, that's enough of that. That was the whole point of getting the Pokédex, which is kind of required when you do that. Because the next step is actually to head up to the Mart in Viridian's city. Wild encounters are getting on my nerves. I should have grabbed some repels, but I didn't think ahead, and I only have so much space. So, yeah, kind of out of luck there. Like, it's terrible. This is insane. And I can't even, like, battle effectively since I don't have any badges. Although I do wonder if I had, like, the starter, for example. Because isn't that funny that you have a starter? Well, I wonder. I don't remember what my, trainer ID is. That could have been a problem, too. Because I think you'll see here. My trainer ID is different. So maybe that's the issue. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter what happens when we go in here. Which in Pokemon Red, the English version, is very anticlimactic, very lame. This is all it does. The game didn't even crash. I can actually sit here and speed up and nothing really happens. And like I said, I think in Blue it does the same thing, but in the English Yellow it does something very different, which I'm probably going to show later. And then from there on, like, every language has a different effect too. I do think, though, that like Red and Blue are pretty much the same. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so that's all I had for the Oaks Parcel thing, but there's still one more thing we have to do. So let me load a state. Alright, now that we're back here, you can see that it does say I have 152 in the Pokédex. Just thought I'd mention that, and that was before grabbing the Pokédex from Professor Oak. And now we're going to grab our starter here again, because I want to show you what I was thinking of when we were in the middle of getting out of here, but I didn't want to screw it up, because I realize now that it's not going to work. I tried it with Professor Oak too, and there's like this little barrier that prevents you from escaping. So what I wanted to do was try and go through the wall with Rival's Effect to get out of here, to avoid fighting Blue. And at first to just avoid talking to Professor Oak and picking up a starter. So many J's. But you can see here, once I use the Rival's Effect item, weird stuff happens with, like, I guess the sprites, and they never complete their events. So once he talks to you, he doesn't move. And pretty sure it's just from like the Rival's Effect being active. And so you're pretty much stuck here, which isn't very helpful at all. And so on that note, we're going to move on to the next thing. Alright, now let's run into the house over here, because we're going to warp. Because we can't actually escape through here, because the same thing where there's like this weird magical barrier at the north part of Pallet Town that prevents you from going up because of Oak. Like, I even tried to go through the post with Rival's Effect, and it wouldn't let me, because Oak would just keep telling me, like, oh, you gotta get a Pokemon, because you can't go off the route without a Pokemon, even though I have 6 in my party. Anyway, so if we go in here, I'm gonna warp, try and leave 2, see what happens. What does this do? Okay, so it does send me to Pewter, which is exactly what I wanted. And that's the case, we're actually going to end this episode off a little bit earlier than expected. So we use that to warp to Pewter City, we bypassed a little bit, and now I think about it, I don't even want to do that. I actually want to go back to Viridian. So I guess leaving 2 there will send you to Pewter City. But I actually want to show this too, so might as well. Here we go. Yeah, this should be item 36 quantity. So this is 0. Why is it J again? What? Am I looking the wrong way? It should be... I'm trying to look at something here. Okay, yeah, so Ultra Ball is index 2. When I said that earlier. And then so Great Ball is 3. That makes sense. Okay, so if we leave it at 1... Sorry, that was a little bit of a tangent there. We will... you know, like teleport back here to Viridian, which is nice. And now I'm actually going to do this. Hopefully it will let me. Here, I got a better idea. There's some items here with long names, and I'm pretty sure it's like these flowers here will help mitigate that. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Get rid of the long names, because they're terminating characters. So let's see what happens if I grab this and take it up to the top really quick. Let's see what happens. Alright, cool. Run into a wall. Sorry, I was looking at something. Let me do something real quick. There we go. So now I have this up here, which is pretty handy. It makes things a little bit easier. So I can bypass this cliff here and accidentally click the wrong button. And now we can just avoid the old man. Just like that. That's not the only way you can do that, but it's an option. I think it's funny too, because if we talk to him, if you listen carefully, the game makes us go down, but we just bump right into him. It's pretty interesting. So we can avoid him with that. And I'm actually really glad I put the Rival's Effect item up here. It really helped. So now I can just keep using it much easier. And now we can essentially just head on back up to Pewter City, which I'm probably not even going to show because it's a little pointless. Remember, it's not good to pick up items, because the more items you pick up, I might as well just show it, because I'm not going to save this. I'm not positive, but I think like the first item kind of like stops the expanded item bag from working. So like we kind of like lose it in a weird way, but not entirely. But then if you grab another one, it kind of stabilizes your party. It might even not part of your item bag. Yeah, no, it literally just wipes everything, and then your thing starts back to normal, if you will. Even though I lost my items, which I definitely don't want. Anyway, that's enough for now. Thank you guys so much for making it this far. Hopefully you've been keeping up with the series. I think it's been going very well. That's all for now, so I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.